Yo, what's good with y'all, man? I appreciate all the love and support as always. Y'all already know. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I got a lot of stuff that I've been working on behind the scenes for y'all, man. So I really appreciate y'all. But I'm gonna get right into it. Well, also, y'all go follow me on TikTok. We're running on more than one platform, so y'all already know. Go follow me on there. The link is always in the description. But today, I'm gonna get right into it. I got 4 ways to build self-awareness. Now, self-awareness is something that we all need, men and women. We all need self-awareness because self-awareness gives you the ability to be able to analyze your emotions, analyze your behaviors, analyze like your actions, analyze your thoughts and stuff like that, and be able to grow from that, be able to identify your strengths and your weaknesses. You see what I'm saying? So that you can grow, so that you can get to the point to where you want to go to, so you can better yourself. You need self-awareness. So I'm gonna give y'all a couple of ways or a few ways to build that self-awareness. So I'm gonna start off with number one, bro, you must be honest with yourself and you must self-reflect. And what I mean by you must be honest with yourself, see, it's a lot of people out here, they not honest with themselves, bro. They don't hold themselves accountable. That's where the accountability comes in as well. They don't hold themselves accountable and say, you know, if I wouldn't have did this, I wouldn't be here. Or if I would have did this, I would be here. They're not able to analyze themselves and be honest with themselves, and they blame everybody else for their shortcomings and their downfalls. You see what I'm saying? You got to be honest with yourself, bro. Sometimes you got to tell yourself you're lazy. Sometimes you have to tell yourself you're lazy. Sometimes you have to tell yourself you're too emotional. Sometimes you have to tell yourself that you just need to tighten up. But it's people out here that everybody wants to be perfect, and everybody out here wants to make it seem like they don't have any flaws and that they don't go through what everybody else go through. They're not honest with themselves. If they're lazy, they want to have a victim mentality and be able to say, no, well, it's this person's fault, or it's this person's fault, or, oh man, I went to work all day. No, brother, you just lazy. You're just lazy. You got to be honest with yourself. You're lazy. You can't get that weight off you because you're lazy. You don't look the best because you're lazy. That's just what it is. You're lazy. You're unproductive. You have to be honest with yourself. I have to be honest with myself. When I do something that I know I shouldn't be doing, I tell myself, bro, you know you ain't supposed to do that. I hold myself accountable, and people got to hold themselves accountable and be honest with themselves, bro. You got to self-reflect. You need to sit down and truly self-reflect and analyze your results. Start to look at the results. Start to look at what you've accomplished. Start to look at what you haven't accomplished. Start to analyze and self-reflect your situation so that you can be more self-aware, so that you can analyze why you are where you are. Bro, sometimes you are just lazy. Sometimes you have a victim mentality. You got to be honest with yourself. I'm honest with myself all the time. I know that I have flaws. No time do I ever come on these videos. I give y'all a lot of game. I am nowhere near perfect. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, and I'm gonna tell you how I know I'm not perfect. A lot of the stuff that I tell y'all and the game that I give y'all is based off of experiences, because I probably messed up in the past, and now I'm able to come back and be like, no, hey, bro, don't do this. So a lot of the things I tell you, like I did a whole video on lessons that I learned from going broke. Bro, I done went broke and made bad financial decisions too. I'm just able to analyze it and say, you did wrong and you're here now, and this is how you need to fix it. This is what you need to do. I've learned from my mistakes, and I don't make the same mistakes, but I'm self-aware enough to be like, bro, you did that. I'm not a victim. I'm honest with myself. I'm not a victim. So I never want to come on here and act like I'm perfect, or I do everything perfect, or I've done everything perfect, because that's not the case. But bro, you got to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself to be able to grow. That's number one. Number two, be intentional. I did a whole video on being intentional. Go back. I don't know, I post a lot of videos, so I don't know how many videos it is back, but you'll see it if you look on my channel. Be intentional. It talks about being intentional, bro. You must be intentional. If you want to be more self-aware, you must be intentional. And what I mean by being intentional, when I talk about being intentional, everything has to be calculated, right? Everything has to be calculated, and everything has to make sense. Majority of the things that you do in life have to make sense and have to be logically thought out, logically planned in order for you to get to where you want to go. If you want to lose weight, you know you need to burn this many calories, X, Y, Z. I've given it examples. Go back and watch my video. The reason why I say being intentional goes along with being self-aware is because you must be intentional about being self-aware. You must set out to be self-aware. You must have that in the plans. That's not something that just happens. You must actively say, I need to be more self-aware, so I need to analyze my behaviors. I need to analyze my emotions. I need to look within. You need to intentionally do it. It's not gonna happen by accident, bro. That's not gonna happen. Nothing, majority of the things that are good for you don't happen on accident. Like, you must, now luck plays a part in different things in your life, but for the most part, bro, you have to be intentional about whatever you're gonna do. So if you want to be more self-aware, then you have to be more self-aware. I mean, then you must be intentional about being self-aware. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be intentional. Everything has to be calculated. Everything has to be planned. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And so that's where the being intentional comes, because now, let's say you are too emotional. You have to be intentional about going back and reflecting after you've had whatever episode, or after you've had whatever emotional breakdown, whatever just happened, and you were emotional and your emotions got the best of you. You need to be intentional about going back and saying, what happened here? What happened here? Did I overreact? Could I just have walked away? Whatever happened, you need to be intentional about going back and reviewing the results of whatever just happened. That's number two. Number three, listen to feedback. Listen to feedback from others. Listen, bro. If 10 people, or even 5 people, or even 3 people telling you the same thing, you need to start to analyze that and look at the feedback that people are telling you. If more than one person is telling you, Brody, you're this or you're that, that's not to say that that's always true, but you need to be able to analyze it and be able to be honest with yourself about it. And also, you need to know how people perceive you, and you need to know how people look at you, and you need to understand the interactions that you have with people, because you can have certain traits that just turn people off, that just turn a lot of people off, and you need to be able to look at that and be able to analyze it, and to be able to make the choice if you want to continue to be that way or not. You get what I'm saying? But you need to listen to feedback from people, and also definitely seek feedback from people that you respect. Seek feedback from people that you admire. If you have a mentor, if you have somebody that's doing great and they're doing exactly what you want to do, and you want to seek advice from them, you want to seek feedback, bro, seek feedback from people. I think a lot of times these days, people have this mindset that if somebody says something against you, they're just a hater. That's not true. Some people are saying something against you just because they need to say something against you, and you need to be told about yourself. Everybody need to get told about themselves every once in a while, Slim. I'm trying to tell you. I've been told about myself. If I do something wild, I want my guys to tell me about myself. I want my family to tell me about myself. If I'm with a girl and I do something wild, I want her to tell me about myself and tell me, yo, like, what you did, in a respectful way, of course, what you did ain't right. That's not like you. You shouldn't have did X, Y, Z. And maybe then I can go and analyze it and be like, you know what? I was dead wrong. But you gotta listen, bro. You can't. When more than one person starts to say something about you, bro, sometimes it may be true and you need to analyze it, and you may just be delusional and just think that you're doing everything right, and you may not be. Now, sometimes you may have times where somebody may say something and it may just not be true, or maybe you need to move like that. Maybe you in the wrong room. Maybe them people that just don't understand it. But you need to at least seek the understanding and seek the feedback so that you can self-reflect and analyze it and be like, is this a behavior that I want to continue to display to people? You get what I'm saying? But you got to seek feedback. These days, bro, especially this social media era, they make it seem like if anybody says anything, any critique, anything is rooted in envy and is rooted in hate, and it's not always the case, bro. Sometimes it is, but that is not always the case. If you have good people around you, that's the thing. That's why you have to have good people around you, so that you can trust the opinions of the people that are around you. I got good people around me. My guys is not about to let me go out here and do nothing crazy without them saying something to me. My brother is gonna pick up the phone and call me and say, nah, bro, I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be honest with each other. We're gonna be honest with each other just how I'm gonna be honest with them. That's number 3. Number 4, last but not least, journaling. Bro, I'm gonna tell you why journaling helps you be more self-aware, because when you start to write down your thoughts and you start to write down different situations that you go through, and you start to write that stuff down, you can now go back and look at different things, and maybe you'll find different triggers, or maybe you'll find common themes, reoccurring themes, like, okay, when this happens. You'll start to peep the cause and effect. You hear me? So journaling helps because you need to write down your thoughts, bro. Listen, let me tell y'all something, Slim. Ain't nothing wrong with journaling. Having you a journal and writing in your journal and writing down your thoughts. That is what actually clears your head. That is a way to self-reflect, is to write in your journal. I've actually had to be more intentional lately with writing in my journal, because I've always had a journal. I've had journals for years. But see, my thing would be, would start writing my journal. I would write it in and I would be consistent in it, and then I would stop. And I had to lately be more consistent about it and say, you know what? No, you need to write in your journal because it actually does help. You know what I'm saying? It actually does help, and it is a way to be more self-aware because you need to go back and read that, analyze where you were in that moment. You get what I'm saying? And you'll start to see common themes, reoccurring behaviors that now you can be honest with yourself and say, you know what? I did something that I should have did, or whatever it is, bro. But those are ways to be more self-aware. You got to be self-aware out here, Slim. I'm not saying that you're going to be perfect. Like I said, I never come on here and act like I'm perfect because I'm not. I'm going to continue to make mistakes. But the thing is about me, I'm going to come on here and tell y'all that I made the mistake. And I'm hoping that the mistakes that I've made in life, I can come on here and I can give y'all the game on how not to make the same mistakes that I made. Because I made a lot of mistakes in my life. You see what I'm saying? I'm just lucky that I made mistakes early in life so that I have time to kind of clean it up and kind of time to make it right and to recover from it. Bro, some people that are 30, 40, 50 years old, they still making crazy mistakes, bro. They still doing stuff they shouldn't be doing. They still not self-aware. If somebody tell them something about themselves, bro, they can't handle it. They're haters. They stop talking to them. You see what I'm saying? So, y'all let me know what y'all think of this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. I appreciate y'all. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all in another video. Love.